fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down, Trubisky. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Move.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And able to find Dorsett. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. 2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down.
Hey, echo.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking for the... And this is taken in by Wilson for a Bears touchdown. In for the score. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
No. General West.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. It's caught by Garcon. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And that would cover beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Good route here. Bravo.
On third down, Cousins. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing. Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a run with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Cousins gives way to Cook. He finds some open field here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Here we go. Brace. Kill. Recon, 132 fighter.
First down, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, orbit.
Cousins to throw it. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
64.
A first down throw for Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive. Philip Dorsett by himself. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Hey, they got 48. Through. Hey, Delta. Lucky 48.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And some room to maneuver. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. So now 2 pick-sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing the second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And this will be taken at the 13. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Steps away to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. They're able to locate Wilson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Trubisky on the screen. This is Coleman. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Wilson's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Trubisky now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Move. Right there. 18. Right there. 54.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Mike 5-4. Hey, exit. I got you. Right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Out to his left. Airing it deep for Garcon. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Lock in.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Dorsett's got it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Trubisky now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw, and he fires one incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Shifts free at the 15. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
4th down, even. Kill.
Here's Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. They'll run with Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
At the 5-yard line.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will shave one more off this lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. On third down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Pulled in at the 24. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They run again on first down, Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Hey, high 7.
3rd and long for Cousins. It's caught by Garcon. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Flush to his right. That'll be complete to Cook. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Throwing is Cousins. And he finds Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Now Cousins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. Ben Gideon in on the stop. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Alpha.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And his throw here is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Trubisky. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kentrell Bryce picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Being chased out left. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Following the interception, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Cousins on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevon Seymour. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
This is Coleman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. So